So we have Daniel here from Port City, who I have known for a very, very long time.
Yes.
Before my career was in the spot that it's in now, and Daniel had just, if I'm not mistaken, Daniel, I was a wee pup, and you had just started launching all the initial wave of like the Pearl, I think was the
Yeah.
amplifier because it was Tom Quill and I were doing a clinic. And that was like one of the very first times we really got to hang a lot because Tom was playing that Pearl. I was over at R&A.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it. The RMA
Yeah.
event. And yeah, it was great. And then we had one event also where Andy Timmons came in. I remember we all had lunch.
Yeah, that was a
Really good
different. Yeah,
barbecue place. It was a lot of fun.
yeah,
So,
that was good. So basically, here's the reason we're hanging out making this video today is we're going to build an amplifier together. And by we, I mean Daniel is going to hold my hand and hold everyone's hand in the class and walk us through this situation. I've never built an amp. I know just enough about amplifiers to know what I like and to equate certain circuits and tubes and things. I know just enough to know what I like and the menu that I like to shop from sonically. But I
yeah.
don't know the first thing about like making an amp. And so when Daniel hit me up to do this, it was really, you really just texted me. It was like, hey, you think this is cool? You want to do one?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it sounds awesome. So,
We've always had a very nice casual relationship,
yeah,
and we've always, it's always been kind of laid back and relaxed, and I appreciate that. And I've never been a strong arm twist, an arm kind of a person. So, if things like this happen, and they just tend to happen. So
yeah. And I thought it'd be fun, right? Like it's a thing where you know, the style of amps that you're building in this, like little Fender style, circus, you let me choose from two or three. Like which one do you
yeah,
want to do? And I chose one that I want to do, which is selfish, but hey, that's the world we live in, right? And
it
so
is.
the class is going to be cool. It's going to be what is it? Is it 12 slots or 20 slots or something like that?
Oh, so we're gonna have 15, 15,
15
15
slots.
seats available. Yeah, and it's gonna be at the Hampton Inn in downtown Knoxville, and we've rented a really nice conference space. They're gonna wall us off. Got very high ceilings, plenty of ventilation. Everyone's gonna have their own workstation, complete set of tools. All the parts are gonna be included. You're gonna have bins. That's everything's gonna be labeled and. Yeah, so what I do is I put about 140 hours into this particular building class. So I'm able to take someone like yourself or someone who've never even held a soldering iron before, and we're going to walk through every single component of an amplifier, what it does, how it works, and then how those create little sections, and then how those sections work with each other to ultimately create something that's really pleasing, to where you can plug in, turn it on, and it's musical and beautiful, and you're happy with it. So we're going to go over the tech, exactly what's going on, how it works. This is not a paint by numbers class. You will leave knowing what negative feedback is, coupling capacitors, grid leak resistors, grid stop resistors, electrolytic caps. And also what's really cool is at the end of the class, we talk about popular mods for this particular amp that you can do to where you can really make it your own, and this is also not your average build because traditionally, like the old style Fender stuff, there's a lot of replica kits, and they have like this little fiber board that you put all of the components on, and that stuff is super weak and flimsy. It disintegrates. It like bubbles up over time. If you've ever opened up an old Super Reverb, you've seen that plastic, fiber board, and it's just nasty stuff. And we don't do that. We actually use Garolite. This is the stuff that NASA uses. We also use gold-plated turrets, top-of-the-line capacitors, resistors, transformers, the whole 9 yards. So this is what we're going to be building, the 5F1 style amp. And Andy made the right call of putting it in an enclosure that can have a 12-inch speaker. Because if you have a British-style 12-inch speaker, not only is that Joe Bonamassa approved, that is Andy Wood and Daniel Klein approved. So that's the way you do it. Because 8-inch speakers have never floated my boat.
I've just always been a sucker for that, and even outside of this project that we're doing together, just a little add on, I've always loved the way a deluxe sounds through a 412 cabinet, just stuff like that. It just sounds killer, it just is a good tone and it lets you get a different, different vibe on what the amps are. You know, a lot of people don't really put enough stock into how much the speaker changes your sound. I mean, just the speaker itself, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to it. This is the June 6th, 7th weekend, right?
Yep. Yep.
And right here in Knoxville, Tennessee, which made it really easy for me to say yes. Daniel's like, I will bring the party to K-Town. I'm really looking forward to this. Signups will be on the Port City amp page. There'll be a link with this video, of course, and we'll be able to link it up on all of my sites.
It's going to be a fun 2 days. Everyone who attends is going to walk away knowing a vast amount about how amps work, and you're going to most likely carry that confidence on to modding the other amps that you may own, the one that you just built, and then learning how to repair the amps that you have now. We're going to go over how to set the bias, what bias is. I mean, really, like, this is an empowering class. A lot of the people that attend this class, within 2 to 3 months, they send me a picture of an amp that they put together, because they've gained that amount of knowledge and that acumen to just be able to have the confidence to go for it and do that. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I like to kind of pass that on. And I'm just glad that someone like you is going to be in the class, and an old friend, and we're going to hopefully have a lot of fun with some new friends.
This is going to be a blast. Hope to see everybody there. And that's the June 6th, 7th weekend right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Let's build an amp together.